We are Daryl and Charlotte Baker, and we've been married almost 23 years. So we decided we wanted to tell our story.
So for you, why do you think that so many people they struggle with the recovery of divorce? Why is that an issue, and then why is so difficult to grapple with that?
I think it links to what I was talking about for myself, being willing to deal with yourself, the pain of it. Because a lot of times, who wants to really just sit in pain? I mean, let's be real. If something's painful happen, you want to just like, screw it, let's fast forward past that.
Right.
When you actually aren't fast forwarding past it.
Right.
Especially if you're trying to fast forward past it with another person.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people, based on, living and based on, because we've counseled couples, they don't want to deal with themselves. And then they don't want it. The key word is forgive. Oh my goodness, yes, forgiveness is difficult. It's not necessarily the easiest thing, but I think some people don't forgive. I have scenarios where I've heard of former friends, their parents, they were in toxic relationships. The male spouse left, right?
Yeah, right.
And the wife never went forward in her life. They didn't get divorced.
Wow.
They didn't move on. The other person did, and they still had a level. Well, not a level. They had unforgiveness in their heart towards that person. We're talking 2-3 decades. Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
a long
again,
time.
that has to do with making a choice to say this is painful, but I got to sit in this for a minute. Deal with me. Make sure, like you said, forgive yourself, forgive others. Go through the work. And I think from our experience working with couples, a lot of couples don't do it. We know it because we're talking about what you have to do individually.
Yeah.
For yourself, for your own mental health, your own emotional health,
That's
which
right.
can affect your physical health. I went through all that because I was in so much pain and constantly questioning God, why did this didn't work? And this, that, and the other, because I married somebody, quote unquote, that was, in my case, that was in church. And I thought that would put the stamp of seal of heaven on it. That doesn't mean that, as we know. But like I said, I was very young.
True.
Everybody to go to church don't know God. But that's a whole nother video. But so I think if people realize that the importance, it's almost imperative for their livelihood, that they deal with the pain. When we're talking about marriage, broken marriage relationship, when they deal with that pain, sit in it, take time. Don't get involved in any other relationships during that time.